A very good morning, students. Today I am going to start your first chapter, and the title of the chapter is The Best Christmas Present in the World. Okay, in this chapter, children, four characters will come. First one is the writer. First one is the writer. Second one is Mrs. Jim McPherson. What? Mrs. Jim McPherson. Third one is the Captain Jim McPherson, and fourth one is the Hans Woll. All these four characters you just write down in your notebook. Clear, children? Writer Mrs. Jim McPherson, Captain Jim McPherson, and Hans Woll. Clear? Now, before explaining the chapter, let me read what is written over here. There are some dates or periods of time in the history of the world that are so significant that everyone knows and remembers them. The story you will read mention one such date and event, a war between the British and the Germans in 1914. Can you guess which war it was? So some dates and dates given over here. You have to just go through the dates and year, and the answer it is written in page number 13. You just go through it, children. Okay, now I'm going to start reading the chapter. Clear? Okay, children, I'm going to read the chapter, and wherever the hard words will come, you just underline. Okay, shall I start? I spotted it in a junk shop in Brightport, a roll-top desk. So here I means I who is here? Writer. So what he spotted? He spotted a roll-top desk in a junk shop. Junk shop means where the shop where we buy a second-hand material. That is called junk shop. Clear? So what he spotted? A roll-top desk. एक roll-top desk writer ने कहाँ देखा? Junk shop में. Clear, children? Okay. The man said it was early 19th century, and the man who was he? Shopkeeper. Who was he? Shopkeeper. So shopkeeper said it was early 19th century, and that roll top desk it was early 19th century, and it was made of oak tree. Okay, I had wanted one, but they were too expensive. That means the writer which he wanted one that was too expensive. That's why he did not buy. राइटर ने एक वो देखा था रोल टॉप डेस्क जो कि वो बहुत एक्सपेंसिव था, इसलिए उन्होंने बाय नहीं किया था. क्लियर? दिस वॉज this one was in a bad condition, and here in junk shop writer saw a roll top desk. It was in a bad condition. Okay, the roll top in several pieces, one leg clumsily mended, and even the one leg was clumsily mended. What does it mean, clumsily, children? Underline this word. The meaning of clumsily is in a awkward and careless way. So one in roll top desk one leg was क्लम्सली और इन अ केयरलेस वे मैंडेड. बहुत गंदे तरीके से उसको फिट कर दिया गया था. किसे? एक पैर को. रोल टॉप डेस्क का एक पैर था, उसे बहुत ऐसे ही लगा दिया गया था. क्लियर? Mended. And another thing was there, scorch mark. What does it mean, scorch mark? Scorch mark means burn mark. So in the roll top desk there was a burn mark. Okay, that means totally the roll top desk it was in bad condition, we can say that. Now here I thought I could restore it, but because writer wanted to buy, so he thought that I could restore it. Restore it means repair it. Okay, it would be a risk, a challenge, but I had to have it. So it was risk for writer, it was challenge for writer, but anyhow he wanted to buy. So what he did, I paid the man and brought it back to my workroom at the back of the garage. I began work on I began work on it, and he started working on it. He paid the amount and he brought the roll top desk in his garage and started working on it. And the time when he started working, that was Christmas Eve. Clear? Now I removed the roll top completely. Now what he did, he removed the roll top completely, pulled out the drawers. Okay, then veneer had lifted almost everywhere. So veneer was there. Veneer means thin layer of plastic. It was almost everywhere. It was lifted up. So let us see what he did in my next video, because it is not here. So wait for my next video. Okay, children, to read the next page. And in this page, what is written, let us see. It looked like water damage to me. That means the roll top desk, which writer bought it from where he bought from junk shop. Okay, he bought from junk shop. So what he was saying, that roll top desk, he felt that roll top desk was damaged by the water also. Okay, and water also damaged the roll top desk. Okay, both fire and water had clearly taken their toll on this desk. That means both water and fire both totally damaged the roll top desk. Okay, the last drawer was stuck fast. And what the writer saw, do you know, children? The last drawer is here, you can see in the picture. So I am saying the last drawer is here. Okay, so the last drawer, it was stuck fast. Okay, I tried all I could to ease it out gently, though the writer tried to take it out gently, but it was useless. In the in the end, I used brute force. Then what he did, in the end, he used brute force. Brute force means when we behave like an animal, that is called brute force. So he used his brute force. I struck it sharply with the side of my fist, and the drawer flew open to reveal a shallow space underground. And at last, when he used his brute force, then the drawer opened, and there was a secret drawer. And there was a secret drawer, you can see that there was another drawer was there. So there was a secret drawer, and there was something in there, and he saw that there was something. I reached in and took out a small black tin box, cello taped to the top of it. It was a piece of lined note paper and written on it in a shaky handwriting. What the writer saw, do you know, children? He saw that there was a tin box. What was there? In that drawer, there was the thing which it was taken by the writer. It was a tin box, and it was covered with sellotape, and top of the box there was a note paper. Okay, so something was written over there. What was written, let us see. Note paper and written on it in a shaky handwriting, and the writing, it was shaky handwriting. That means कुछ जब हम डर डर के लिखते हैं तो that is called in shaky handwriting. So let us see what was written over there. Jim's last letter received January 25th 1915. So that was Jim's last letter received January 25th 1915. Okay, it was written, and something more, it was written over there. To be buried with me when the time comes. And it was written to be buried was, what does it mean, buried means placed or hidden underground. So it was written there, to be buried with me when the time comes. That means this box was there, so something was there. So it was written there, to be buried with me when the times come. जब समय आएगा तो मुझे इस सामान को उस पर डाल देना, यही सेंस है इसका. ओके, आई न्यू एज आई डिड इट एंड इट वॉज रॉन्ग ऑफ मी टू ओपन द बॉक्स एज इट वॉज रिटन. It was really very interesting, and the writer knew it was wrong to touch anybody's belonging. But something happened, but curiosity got the better of my scruples. It usually does. And just because of his curiosity, he opened the tin box. And when he opened the tin box, what was happened, inside the box there was an envelope, and inside the box there was an envelope. He found one envelope there. Okay, the address read, and the address which it was written over there, Mrs. Jim Macpherson. What was written, Mrs. Jim Macpherson, 12 Popper Beaches, Brightport, Dorset. that was the address. Okay, I took out the letter, and here the writer, what he did, he took out the letter. What he did, he took out the letter. Clear, children? And unfolded it, and the letter he unfolded it. It was written in pencil and dated at the top. And लेटर, इट वॉज रिटन इन पेंसिल, और वो लेटर किस में लिखा हुआ था, पेंसिल से लिखा था, एंड डेटेड एट द टॉप. ओके, December 26, 1914. एंड डेट क्या थी उस पर, दिसंबर, and the date which was written over there, that was the December 26, 1914. that means writer को जो बॉक्स मिला था, जो रोल टॉप डेस्क, उसमें 3 ड्रॉर्स से लास्ट ड्रॉर को निकालने में बहुत मुश्किल से निकला था. एम आई क्लियर टू यू चिल्ड्रन? एंड व्हाट ही गॉट अ वन टीन बॉक्स. उस टीन बॉक्स में क्या लिखा था कि इसको मेरे डेड बॉडी के साथ या मेरे साथ बरीड कर दिया जाए. Clear, children? And let us see what happened then, because let us see. Okay, in this last line, dearest Connie, I write to you in a much happier frame of mind. In this letter it is written, salutation was there, that is the dear Connie. Okay, dear Connie लिखा गया था, salutation mark in that. I write to you, and the person who was very happy at that time, he was just writing a letter to that person. Something wonderful has just happened, and something very wonderful happened with him, and just because of that person, he was just writing a letter to whom we do not know. When we will read the chapter, we will come to know. Okay, so in next page you will come to know that who is that person. So wait for my next video, children. As the letter got by writer, and that letter was written by Jim McPherson to his wife. So in this letter, what he that man has written, what he had written, let us see. Okay, we were all standing in our trenches. What does it mean, trenches? Do you know, children? The word is here, trenches. Trenches meaning long deep ditches. So these people were standing in our trenches yesterday morning. Clear? Christmas morning, it was crisp and quiet all about. That morning was Christmas morning, and wonderful morning. It was quiet, peaceful morning. It was as beautiful a morning as I have ever seen, as cold and frosty as a Christmas morning should be. That means we can say that morning was really wonderful morning. That morning was wonderful morning. And the morning, as the Christmas morning should be, the morning was same. That means जैसे Christmas morning को होना चाहिए था, वैसा ही morning था. Wonderful morning it was. Okay, quiet, peaceful, crispy, cold. Okay, are you getting me? Now children, let me read the next para. I should like to be able to tell you that we began it, but the truth I'm ashamed to say is that Fritz began it. That means something they have started, but here the writer, not writer, Jim McPherson saying कि मुझे ये भी ashamed feel हो रहा है कि क्या whatever incident happened, it was started by opposite side from Fritz. What does Fritz meaning? Do you know, children? Fritz here it is a German soldier. Okay, Fritz means German soldier. So whatever started, whatever thing happened there, we do not know what happened. So though we have started, but here I feel that it started by German soldier. Okay, let's see who started. First, someone saw a white flag waving from the trenches opposite. Someone was waving white flag from the opposite side. Clear, children? They were calling out to us from across no man's land. And from no man's land, what does it mean, no man's land? Do you know? Here, no man's land. Suppose this is the boundary, and the army should not go that side, and this army should not come this side. If they will go that side, this army will kill them, and if they will come this side, they will kill them. So this land, they just call them this land, they call them no man land. Okay, that means no one can cross the boundary. Clear, children? I hope you are you getting me or not? Understanding? Okay. So, No Man Land, Happy Christmas Tommy. And from No Man Land, someone called Happy Christmas Tommy. See, happy Christmas, Tommy. Someone called, someone wished. दूसरे अपोजिट तरीके आर्मी की तरफ से आवाज़ आई विशिंग की हैप्पी क्रिसमस. When we had got over the surprise, or as we heard, because they were enemy. So enemy, if wishing us, we will surprise. So yeah, same thing happened. और हमारे तरफ से भी किसी ने आवाज़ दिया. When we had got over the surprise, some of us shouted back. और हमारे तरफ से भी किसी ने शाउट किया same to you Fritz. और उन्होंने विश किया same to you Fritz. And here Fritz means a German soldier, I told you. Okay, so here Tommy mentioned. Okay, let me, I have to tell you Tommy. Tommy, where is Tommy? Here is Tommy. Where is Tommy? Here is Tommy. Tommy is a British soldier. Okay, Fritz German soldier, and Tommy English soldier, British soldier. Happy Christmas. When we had yeah, same to you Fritz, same to you. I thought that would be that. That means I thought that this is the end of the matter, but it was not like that. We all did, but then suddenly one of them was up there in his grey great coat and waving a white flag. But I thought it was not the end of the matter. One man was coming towards us with white flag, and he was waving the flag. Don't shoot lads, someone shouted. And किसी ने आवाज़ लगाई कि शूट नहीं करना. And no one did. And as someone shouted, no one did. किसी ने किया भी नहीं. Then there was another Fritz up on the parapet. And parapet, that means children, a protective wall. Parapet means protective wall. Let me, मुझे यहाँ पे करने दो. Parapet means a protective wall. So another soldier came from the parapet, then another. So one after the other soldiers were coming. Keep your heads down. मैंने कहा keep your heads down. I told the man it's a trick, and it was a kind of trick, but it wasn't. But वो trick वैसा नहीं था. Just I said because it's a trick, but it wasn't. So next para I am going to explain you in my next video. Okay, children. Move on to the next para, children. Okay. One of the German was waving a bottle above his head, and I saw that one of the German man, he was just waving a bottle on him above his head. Okay, it's Christmas Day, Tommy, and he said it's Christmas Day, Tommy. That means these armies, these people, they were very excited just because of Christmas. Okay, we have snaps, we have sausage. That means snaps means a kind of drink, and sausage means eating item. Okay, so they offer that they have snaps and sausage. We meet you, yes. Okay, they called to meet. Okay, by this time there were, wait a minute, let me remove this. By this time there were dozens of them walking towards us across no man's land, and not a rifle between them. Now by this time so many Fritz army, they just they were just coming towards us. And important thing is that, do you know children, they were not having rifles. उनके पास राइफल नहीं थी. जनरली आर्मी क्या कैरी करते हैं, राइफल कैरी करते हैं, बट दे वर नॉट हैविंग राइफल. Are you getting me? Okay, little Private Maurice was the first stop. Come on, boys. One of the army from our side, that means British people, British army side. One person who was there, and his name was, उसका नाम क्या था पता है? Do you know this? His name was Little Private Maurice. Okay, he said, he was the man who said कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Come on boys, what are we waiting for? Okay, he shouted like this. Okay, and then there was no stopping them. As they heard that one of the man encouraging them, they all were excited, and there was no stopping them. किन्हीं ने कोई भी उसको रोका नहीं. I was the officer, and here Jim McPherson, who was officer, I should have stopped them there and then, because Jim McPherson was officer, so he should stop them. Officer, they have the power to stop, but something happened there. I suppose, and I feel that I suppose, but the truth is that it never even occurred to me I should. That means द सेंस इज़ डैट ऑफिसर को ऐसा लगा ही नहीं कि उनको सबको क्या कर दिया जाए, मना कर दिया जाए. दैट मीन्स ऑफिसर ऑल्सो थिंकिंग दैट लेट them meet. Okay, all along their line and hours I could see men walking slowly towards one another, grey coats, khaki coats, meeting in the middle, and all the armies, that means British soldiers and English soldiers, British soldiers and German soldiers, they all were meeting happily to each other. Okay, and it was really wonderful sight. Now let's see, children. Okay, where we were, it never occurred. I could see man walking slowly towards another grey coat. Okay, I read this line, and I was one of them. And as the so many all the soldiers when they were meeting, I was also the part of them. Okay, in the middle of the war, we were making peace, and where we were in the middle of the war, and we were making peace. हम बिल्कुल we were making peace के लिए थे हम वहाँ पे. Clear? You cannot imagine, dearest Connie. Again, he just mentioning his wife name. My feeling as I'm not able to see this one. As I looked into the eyes of the Fritz officer who approached me, hand outstretched, hands wall. One of the British German officers, when he came to me and he just met me warmly. It was really wonderful experience for him. ओके, वन ऑफ द ऑफिसर, डेट मीन्स उसका नाम क्या था, ब्रिटिश जर्मन ऑफिसर का, हैंस वोल्फ. दैट मैन केम टू मीट जिम मैकफर्सन, और वो इट वॉज रियली वंडरफुल एक्सपीरियंस फॉर जिम मैकफर्सन. आई एम फ्रॉम डॉर्सेट एंड दैट ऑफिसर सेड, जिसका नाम क्या था, हैंस वोल्फ, ही सेड दैट I am from Dusseldorf. Okay, from where he was from Dusseldorf. I play the cello in the orchestra, and he said that he play a cello in the orchestra. Happy Christmas, and he wished Happy Christmas. So let's move on to the next page, children. It's a very long chapter. Let's move on to the next page, children. What Jim McPherson saying? Captain Jim McPherson, I replied. So he replied to Hanswold that I am Jim McPherson, and a happy Christmas to you too. And same he wished to him. I am a school teacher from Dorset. He said that he was a school teacher. The place name he mentioned, Dorset, in the west of England. Okay, so Dorset, he smiled. He, that means who? Can you tell me, children? Hans Wolf. Okay, I know this place, and he mentioned that he know this place, Dorset. He know it very well. Okay, I know it very well, and he said that I know the place very well. He said that he knew the place very well. Clear, children? We shared my rum's ration and his excellent sausage, and whatever things were there, that means he shared rum, and that Hans Wolf shared his sausage means eating stuff. Okay, and we walked, Connie, and we walked together. How we talked, and we talked, walked not talk, and we walked, Connie, how we talked. Again I said walked, what is this? And we talked. Okay, we spoke almost perfect English, and he spoke almost perfect English, and that man was speaking almost perfect English. But it turned out that he had never set foot in the Dorset, never even been to England. And I was very surprised when he said that he never set foot in Dorset, क्योंकि वो Dorset में कभी नहीं आया था, but उसकी English बहुत अच्छी थी. Then I came to know another thing, that he had learned all he knew of England from school, and whatever thing he knew about England, he learned from school and from reading books in English and from his book only. His favorite writer was Thomas Hardy, and he mentioned that his favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. His favorite book, Far from the Madding Crowd, and he mentioned that his favorite book was Madding Crowd. So out there is no man's land. We talked. So we talked a lot in no man's land. Now I have to mention here, which I forgot to tell you, children. I forgot to tell you, that is what, do you know, no man's land. Do you know the meaning of no man's land? No man's land, that means this is land armies people could not go in this area. If they will come this side, army will kill them, and if this person will go that side, this army will kill them. So this area, it is called no man land. Okay, so we talked in no man land a lot. Clear? Of what we talked, they talked Bathsheba, Gabrielok, and Sergeant Troy, and Dorsey. That means they talked about all the character of the book, Hardy's book, that is Madding Crowd. All these were the character, and they talked about them. Okay, he had a wife and one son. That means he mentioned that he had a wife and son born just 6 months. हैंस वॉल्फ ने बताया कि उसका एक बेबी है जो कि 6 मंथ का है. ओके, and gray everywhere. Okay, sorry, as I looked about me, there were hurdle of khaki and gray everywhere. Wherever I was looking, I saw the khaki people and gray people. That means all army, they all were together all over no man's land. Okay, we all together were there, smoking, laughing, talking, drinking, so many things we were doing. Smoking, talking, laughing, eating. So, what happened? Hans Wolf and I shared what was left of your wonderful Christmas cake. Then we shared cake. Connie, he thought the marzipan was the best he had ever tasted, and he loved to eat marzipan. I agreed, and I was also agreed with him. We agreed about everything, whatever we both were agreed. What he was saying, I was agreed, and what he was saying, he was agreed. So see, wonderful time it was. And he was my enemy. See, enemies, what enemy was saying, we were agreed. Enemy की बात को कोई मानता है क्या? But here we all were agreed to each other. There never was a Christmas party like it, Connie. And he mentioned to his wife that really it was a wonderful party, Connie. Okay, so in my next video I'll explain next para. Okay, children, let's move on to the next para. Okay, then someone, I don't know who, brought out a football. Great coats were dumped in piles to make goalposts, and the next thing we knew, it was Tommy against Frist out in the middle of no man's land. Now what happened, do you know? Someone brought football. Okay, what happened? Someone brought, what they have brought? Football. Wait a minute. Football. Someone brought football. Okay, and what Fritz people they did there, do you know? They just removed their greatcoat and dumped, and in this way they make a pile of their ग्रेट कोट्स. दैट मीन उन्होंने अपना यूनिफॉर्म निकाला और उसको एक पाइल बना दिया टू मेक अ गोल पोस्ट. ओके, are you getting me? To make a goal post. And the next thing we knew, it was storming against Fritz out in the middle of no man's land. And more important thing is that there what happened, do you know? In the no man's land there was Tommy against Fritz. Tommy was there against Fritz in the middle of no man's land. I explained you the meaning of no man's land. Can you tell me how you answer me? It's so difficult to answer, but let me tell you, no man's land you know very well. Okay, let's move. Let's move to the next para, children. Then someone, I don't know who, brought out a football. And what happened, do you know? Someone brought football, and it was really very exciting moment for them. Great coats were dumped in piles to make goalpost, and they started removing their great coats, and they dumped there. And why they dumped there? To make the goalpost, and they make their goalpost. And the next time we knew, it was Tommy. Let me remove this. And the next time we knew, it was Tommy against Fritz out in the middle of no man's land. And here in this match, Tommy against Fritz was there, and where it was in the middle of no man's land, and it was in the middle of no man's land, this no man's land, and in the middle of they were started playing. Are you getting me, children? Okay, so here Fritz out in the wait, I explained this one. I looked on and cheered, clapping our hands and stamping our feet to keep out the cold as much as anything. So they were not playing. That means Jim McPherson and Hans Wool, they were not playing, and they were clapping their hands and stamping out. Stamping out, that means bring down heavily on the ground. They were just keep their feet on the ground only, just to make them warm. Okay, that was the cold season. So in this way, now let me read there where we were. Mm, there was a moment when I noticed our breaths mingling in the air between us, and this there was a moment in that, do you know, our breaths were mingling. हमारी जो breaths थी वो mingle हो रही थी, मिल रही थी. Okay, generally enemies breath never mingle. Okay, he saw it too and smiled, and he saw, that means Hans Wolf saw me and he smiled. And what he said, do you know, Jim McPherson, he said after a while, I think there is how we should resolve this war. That he said after seeing the match which was going on, he said ki this is, we can solve our matter by playing match, football match. Why we fight, why we have war and all. We can solve our matter by playing match only. It's a really good solution. A football match, no one dies. Now he said कि if we play football match, no one dies. A football match, football match में कोई मरता नहीं है. No children are orphan. That means no children are orphan. Orphan, that means, do you know, कोई अनाथ नहीं होगा. That means a child whose parents died, that is called orphan. No wives become widows, and no wives become widow, and wives become widow. What does it mean, widow means a woman whose husband dies. So no one become widows. Okay, so here after listening this thing, Jim McPherson, he said that I would prefer cricket. Here he said I would prefer cricket. Okay, I told him, then we Tommy could be sure of winning probably. Then he said ki if we play cricket na, we are going to win. Who said this one? Jim McPherson. Okay, because I think in England cricket is a very popular game for them. So it's he said ki okay, I prefer to play cricket. We laughed, and together we watched the game, and they laughed and they together watched the game. And next para I'm going to explain in my next video, children. Now children, let's move to the next page. That is what Fritz won 2 goals to 1. Okay, now Fritz won the match. But as Hans Wolf generously said, our goal was wider than theirs, so it wasn't quite fair. Here, Hans Wolf said that this match was not quite fair. The time came, and all too soon, when the game was finished. That means the time came when they had to move. Okay, everything was finished, the snaps, the rum, sauces, everything, we can say that. Okay, had long since run out, and we knew it was all over. Everything was over. As the game over, everything was over. Okay, I wished Hans well and told him I hoped he would see his family again soon. Now he wished, Jim McPherson wished that he would meet his family again, that the fighting would end and he could all go home. And they were wishing that as the fighting would end, they could meet their family soon. जैसे ही fighting ख़त्म होगा वो अपनी family से मिल सकेंगे. Okay. Now move to the next what para in this para. Okay, children. So in this, what happened? I think that is what every soldier wants, and every soldier's wish. Soldiers, they don't want to fight, but they have to fight, because being a soldier, it is their duty to fight. Okay, on both sides. Hans Woll said, "Take care, Jim McPherson." Now Hans Woll wished him to take care. I shall never forget this moment, nor you. And now Hans Wolf said, "Ki I never ever forget this moment which I spent with you." Okay, who said? Hans Wolf said to Jim McPherson. He saluted and walked away from me slowly, unwillingly. Now From that place Hans Wolf moved from there unwillingly. Okay, इच्छा नहीं थी जाने की लेकिन उसको जाना पड़ा. I felt he turned to wave just once and then became one of their hundreds of grey-coated men drifting back towards their trenches. Now he waved his hand, and after that he just I must say that mingled among the soldiers. Okay, that night back in our dugouts means, do you know, children, dugout means, where is that one dugout? You can see here dugout. Okay, this is dugout. Dugout means a shelter for soldiers. Okay, where the soldiers lives to protect themselves, that is called dugout. So they were in their dugout and they were singing carols in that. Carols means a kind of songs they were singing. Both the soldiers, they were singing song. We exchanged carol for a while and then we all fell silent, and after that they all fell silent. He had had a time of peace and goodwill. Okay, they spent a very good time, peace and goodwill, a time I will treasure as long as I live. And now here, Jim McPherson, he was writing in his letter the time which he spent among the soldiers, among with who, Hans Wolf. He never ever forget in his life. Okay, as long as he live, he want to cherish those moment. He wanted to cherish those moment. Clear, children? Now next explanation in my next video. Clear, children? Okay. Jim McPherson said to his wife that, dearest Connie, by Christmas time next year, this war will be nothing but a distant and terrible memory. That means when the next year, when the time will come, this war would going to be ended, and this war would, it was nothing but it would be a terrible memory. And another thing what he said, I knew from all that happened today how much both armies long for peace. Then he said that today only, that means that day whatever happened, he came to know that both the armies, they want, what they wanted peace. Okay, we shall be together again soon, and he wished that they are going to meet again soon. Okay, I'm sure of it, and he was sure for that. Now let's move to the next line. Now here what he did, now the letter ended. Whatever I explained you up till now, that was the letter. Now what writer is doing, let us see. Okay, I folded the letter again and slipped it carefully back into its envelope. Now writer, he folded the letter and he kept it into एनवलप, वो एनवलप में रख दिया लेटर को. ओके, आई केप्ट अवेक ऑल नाइट एंड ही द राइटर ही woke away all night. Okay, by morning I knew what I had to do, and as the morning, because he knew that what he was going to do in the morning, I asked a boy. Okay, I drove into Brightport, just a few miles away, and he went to Brightport. Where he went, see here it is written, he went, I drove into Brightport and he went there in that place. Okay, then what he did, a few miles away, I asked a boy walking his dog where Copper Beaches was, and he asked a boy. A boy was there who was just going with his dog, and he asked the address. Which address? House number 12 turned out to be nothing but a burned out shell. And when I went there, what I found? I found that house number 12, there was nothing, but because it was burned out. Okay, the roof gaping, the windows boarded up. I knocked at the house next door and I asked if anyone knew the whereabouts of Mrs. Macpherson. So because the house burned out, so he asked from the neighbor, where is that person? So he told me about the address, whereabouts, that means location. Okay, of Mrs. Macpherson. Let us see what happened. So what happened? Oh yes, said the old man in his slipper. One old person told the address to him. Okay, one old person was there. He said the address to him who was in slipper. Okay, एक स्लीपर पहना हुआ पर्सन ने एड्रेस बताया मिसेस मैकफर्सन का. ओके, a lovely lady, he told me, and but he told me that lady was lovely, a bit muddle headed, that means confused man person, that is called muddle headed. That lady was confused, but at her age she was entitled to be, because just because of her age होता है ऐसा. wasn't she 101 years old? And now Mrs. Macpherson, who was 101 years old, she had been in the house when it caught fire, and she was in the house when it caught fire. No one really knew how the fire had started, and really no one knew about that, how the fire started, but it could well have been candles. And they believed that just because of candles. Okay, the house caught fire just because of candle, children, remember. Okay, are you getting me, children? Candles, it is written here, see, candles, just because of candle rather than electricity. Now, let's see. Okay, just because of candle. Where is forgot the play, and where it is candle. She used candle rather than electricity, because that lady used electricity because she always thought electricity was too expensive, and just because of that, she always felt that electricity was too expensive. That's why she was using candle. The fireman had got her out just in time, and just fireman saved her, that lady. Okay, she was in a nursing home now she was in nursing home. He told me Burlington House on the Dorchester Road on the other side of the town. Now that person told me address of Mrs. Macpherson. Let's see in next page what happened. Okay, children, let's move on to this page, children. What is written, let's see. I found Burlington House nursing home easily enough. So writer found the place where Mrs. Macpherson was living. So he got the address. Okay, he got the address. He went there. There were paper chains up in the hallway, and a lighted Christmas tree stood in the corner with a lopsided angels on a top. So the atmosphere of that place, we can say that, because the people, they were celebrating Christmas. So they have decorated the place with paper chains, and Christmas tree was there, which was fully decorated. Okay, I said I was a friend come to visit Mrs. Macpherson to bring her a Christmas present. Now he introduced himself. What he introduced himself, that he came here to meet Mrs. Macpherson because he had brought a Christmas gift for him. Okay, I could see through into the dining room where everyone was wearing a paper hat and singing. So here, the writer, where he was standing, he could see that the excitement of the people, the place, it was fully decorated, and people, they were singing song. The matron had a hat on too, and the matron was there. Matron, do you know the meaning of matron? Okay, where it is matron here. So do you know the meaning of matron? That means the in charge of the hospital. So she came there, and she asked. The matron had a hat on too, and she was also wearing a hat. Okay, children, and seemed happy enough to see me, and as she saw me, she felt very happy. She even offered me a mince pie, and that lady, that means matron, offered Mr. Writer, okay, one eatable item, because that was the time when the people, they were celebrating Christmas. So she offered one eatable item. Okay, she walked me along the corridor. Mrs. Macpherson is not in with the others. That means they have kept Mrs. Macpherson in a separate room. So she brought me there. She told me she is rather confused today, so we thought it best if she had a good rest. So as you know that Mrs. Macpherson, her age was 101, and she was little bit muddle headed, confused. So they have kept Mrs. Macpherson in a separate room. माय डियर स्टूडेंट, मिसेस मैकफरसन को दूसरे रूम में रखा गया था क्योंकि उसकी एज 101 की थी एंड शी वॉज लिटिल बिट कंफ्यूज रहती थी. एंड हियर द पीपल दे वर सेलिब्रेटिंग क्रिसमस, तो वो और कंफ्यूज हो जाएगी, इसलिए उनको एक सेपरेट रूम में रखा गया था. आर यू गेटिंग मी? ओके. शी हैज़ नो फैमिली, you know, and she said कि she did not have any family, no one visit, so I'm sure she will be only too pleased to see you. And she said कि because no one come here to meet her, so definitely today she would be too happy to meet you. Okay, she took me into a conservatory with wicker chair. Okay, and that lady took Mr. writer in a conservatory, that means greenhouse, we can say that, where potted plant, all the things are there, that place, greenhouse. She has brought that man, okay, writer. And that Mrs. Macpherson, see, Mrs. Macpherson, she was in wicker chair. This is the wicker chair, okay, children. And potted plants all around and left me, and potted plants were there, and that lady matron left writer there only. So next para I'm going to explain in my next video. Okay, children, I hope you are whatever I am explaining, you are understanding. Just keep in memory the character's name. Clear, children? Okay. Students, now move to this paragraph. Okay, the old lady was sitting in a wheelchair. Okay, as he that means writer went there, he saw that that Mrs. Macpherson was sitting in a wheelchair, her hands folded in her lap. That means her hands was there only, her hands was folded, hands were folded. You can see that here her hands were folded. She had silver white hair pinned into a wispy bun, and her hair was like this. She was gazing out at the garden, and she was just looking at the garden. Hello, I said. She turned and looked up at me vacantly. But as I said hello, she could not recognize me, and vacantly, without any expression, she just looked at him. Okay, Happy Christmas, Connie. And he addressed him like, Happy Christmas, Connie. I went there. I found this. I think it's your. And he said, what he said? Wait a minute. Okay, picture is not here. So what he said? Okay, now what he said ki, there was a tin box. Okay, he had brought a tin box for her, so he handed over the tin box to Mrs. Macpherson, and he said, I think this is yours. Okay, as I was speaking, her eyes never left my face, and as I was speaking, she was not, we can say that it's very difficult for her to recognize. Okay, I opened the tin box, and I opened the tin box. Usne tin box, do you know tin box? Okay, you remembered? ओके, सो उसने टिन बॉक्स क्या किया, ओपन किया उसके सामने, मिसेस मैकफरसन के सामने, एंड गेव इट टू हर, एंड he handed over to him. That was the moment her eye lit up with recognition, and her face became suffused with a sudden glow of happiness. That means as Mrs. Macpherson saw that tin box, her eyes lifted up with happiness. She felt happy as she saw the gift. Okay, I explained about the desk and everything. Now writer explained to her about how I had found it, but I don't think she was listening. But the thing is that though the writer was explaining everything, how he got the roll top desk, then how he got that letter, but as I told you, children, that lady was her age, it was for 101 years, and it was very difficult for her to recognize, to understand anything. So here writer said she was not listening to him. So let's move to the next para. What happened? Okay, children. So students, we are in the climax of the story. So listen carefully what I am saying to you, how I am narrating the story. Clear? Okay, children. So just let's move on to the line. Okay, As writer handed over letter to Jim McPherson, Mrs. Jim McPherson, she just touched the letter softly. Okay, suddenly she reached out and took my hand. Her eyes were filled with tears. My dear students, what happened, do you know? जैसे ही उसको लेटर मिला, उसने राइटर के हाथ को पकड़ा और उसकी आंखों में पूरे आंसू थे। डेट मीन्स मैंने आपसे अभी कहा था कि उसकी एज 101 थी, वो लोगों को पहचान नहीं पा रही थी। बट सी हियर, as she saw the letter, she recognized the letter. Okay, you told me you would come by Christmas, dearest. And what she asked, तुमने तो मुझसे बोला था क्रिसमस में आओगे. Okay, she said, and here you, the best Christmas present in the world. और तुमने दुनिया का सबसे बेस्ट क्रिसमस प्रेजेंट मेरे लिए लाया है. This is the best Christmas present for me. Come on, Jim dear, sit down. Now she called her, Jim dear, sit down. I sat down beside her, and what the writer did, he just sat beside her. That means writer was really emotional person. He respect the emotions of others. As that lady told her that sit down beside me, he just ready to sit beside her. Okay, and she kissed me my cheeks. और उसने उसको किस भी किया. रेड योर लेटर सो ऑफन जेम, मैंने तुम्हारे लेटर को कितने बार पढ़ा है. एवरी डे आई रेड योर लेटर. आई वॉन्टेड योर वॉइस इन माई हेड एंड आई वॉन्टेड टू हियर योर वॉइस. ओके, इट्स ऑलवेज मेड मी feel were with me feel were with me, and whenever I read your letter I feel you are with me. Okay, and now you are, and really now you are here, now you are back. You can read it to me yourself now. Jim, ये जो लेटर है तो मेरे लिए खुद पढ़ो. Okay, what Mrs. Macpherson said, you just read this letter for me. Okay, by yourself only. would you do that for me? क्या तुम मेरे लिए करोगे, ये लेटर मेरे लिए पढ़ोगे? Jim dear, I just want to hear your voice again, and really I want to hear your voice, so please read this letter for me. I would love that so much. Really मैं तुमको बहुत चाहती हूँ. And then perhaps we will have some tea. फिर हम टी लेंगे. आई विल हैव मेड यू अ नाइस क्रिसमस केक मार्जिपैन, और मैंने तुम्हारे लिए केक भी बनाया है. ओके, अराउंड आई नो हाउ मच यू लव marzipan, and really I know that how much you love marzipan. So here children, see how really heart touching story it is, and the message which actually the writer conveying, or we conclude that writer, he is really an emotional person. See, many people are here जो कि चीज़ों को, किसी की चीज़ों को उस पर्सन तक नहीं पहुंचाते हैं, वो उसे फाड़ के फेंक देते हैं, या फिर उसको देना ही पसंद नहीं करते क्योंकि ये हमारा है नहीं तो हम क्यों देंगे. बट हियर सी चिल्ड्रन, दैट राइटर given handed over the letter to that lady. So really I really admire the writer in this chapter. In this way, my dear students, I have completed this chapter. I'll give you question answer in my next class. Till then, bye. Okay children.